Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. We'll title of the video implying there's a dead tree going on here, and this is obviously not a dead tree. So what is he doing? Well, what he's doing is comparing two trees that were collected in roughly the same time, in the same place, but got treated differently. Now this one got pulled out of the ground. Literally, I grabbed hold of it, leant backwards, fell A over B, and sat in the damp moss and got a damp bottom and just yanked it out. It came out with hardly any roots at all. It was brought home, it was put in a bonsai pot with its very few roots spread out, and I did a bit of branch selection, and we did a bit of wiring which has since been taken off, and it will be put back on again at some point, probably late autumn when the trees stopped swelling up basically, because it was starting to bite in. So it's obviously an okay tree. All of the new candles were left on and they've all grown on nicely. They will produce some buds, some of which can be taken off and pushed, get some back budding going next year. The branches can be brought round and turned into nice pads. With a bit of work this can be a reasonable tree, and it's grown on quite well. So that's tree number one. Right, so let's have a look at the other one then. This is the other one, and this was collected from the same area. This was dug up, so it did come back with some roots, not a huge amount, but it had some roots, and I retained some soil around some of those roots. It was put in a larger pot for the roots to grow on. It had some sphagnum moss around the roots, and the difference was that basically I took all the candles off. Now there was some logic there, in my naivety. Basically the idea was to push the energy into root growth and not waste it on top growth. I know better now, but some would say it's resting, but basically it's passed on. It is no more, it has ceased to be, it's expired and gone to see its maker. It is an ex-pine tree. Quick bit of referencing there. But yeah, it's the little bits of green that were left have now gone brown and shriveled back. There's no green left, it's died. And the reason could be twofold. It could be that the idea of the sphagnum moss around the roots just didn't work, and ended up being too wet and soggy, and perhaps the roots rotted as they weren't strong root system. Or it could be that I took all the new growth off and took away the reason for the sap rising. Yeah? Which the tree would have said, I need more, I need more, I need roots to be able to do this. So leaving the growth on might have been a much better idea. It's a bit late now, so we learn by our mistakes. I've got at least one more pine to collect from that area early next year, possibly two, and I will leave the greenery on. They will have as much greenery on there as I can possibly leave, and that may include sacrificial branches on the grounds that I know I'm not going to keep them, but they've got greenery on them. So we'll give it a try. Bearing in mind the other one grew on okay, and that had its greenery left on it and had virtually no roots. This is a shame I've lost this one. This had a nice gnarly trunk on it with taper, had a reasonable selection of branches. I'm quite disappointed that that one's lost. But so be it. We win some and we lose some. And that's the way it is with bonsai. That's the way it is with most living things that you try growing. Whether it's fuchsias, geraniums, roses, whatever. But anyway, that's a bit of a sad loss because, as I said, I had my eye on this one in that area, which I had various reasons for going there, but I had my eye on this one for several years before I actually finally collected it. And if I'd left it where it was, it would still be alive, wouldn't it? Anyway, it's gone now, so we won't be filming that one anymore, which is a shame. I'll put a link to the video when I bought this home. I think I must have filmed it. So if I've got the video, I'll put a link to what happened when I brought it home, and you know, the roots that it had and getting it in the pot and everything. But it's certainly gone now. As the expression goes, it has ceased to be. If you hadn't nailed it to the perch, it would have fallen off a long time ago. See you next time. Thanks for dropping by.